Please remain standing for the invocation, the national anthem, and the Virgin Island March.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let us bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today with hearts full of gratitude and joy. Thank you for guiding us to this moment, a moment that once felt so far away, yet is now our reality. You have carried us through late nights, long exams, moments of doubt, and seasons of growth. And for that, we give you all the glory. Lord, we thank you not only for the knowledge we've gained, but for the friendships formed, the challenges overcome, and the resilience we've built. Thank you for every professor, advisor, family member, and friend who poured into our lives and helped shape our journey. As we step into the next chapter, remind us of the words in Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. May we walk in boldness, knowing that with you, no dream is too great and no mountain too high. Bless the class of 2025 with courage, wisdom, and a spirit of excellence. Help us to be a light in every field we enter, and to always lead with purpose, compassion, and integrity. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
You may sit. Good afternoon. It is my honor to present the President of the University of the Virgin Islands, Dr. Safiya George, who will preside over today's ceremony.
Good afternoon. Are you excited? No, you don't sound excited. Are you excited? All right. Well, it's with great excitement, joy, and hope for the future that I welcome you to this 61st commencement ceremony of the University of the Virgin Islands. This is a sacred moment, and we thank each of you for being present. By the power vested in me, I hereby officially declare that the commencement ceremony for the limitless, innovative, tenacious, lit class of 2025 at the University of the Virgin Islands can now begin. This gathering is so special that so many individuals have joined us today, and I would like to take a moment to recognize and honor them. We have present the Honorable Tregenza Roach, Acting Governor of the United States Virgin Islands, on behalf of Governor Albert Bryan Jr., who is out of the territory. The Honorable, exactly. Thank you. We also have the Honorable Milton Potter, Senate President. And other members of the 36th Legislature of the Virgin Islands who are in the audience, please stand to be recognized. We have with us Dr. Nellie Varlack, District Manager in the Office of the Delegate to Congress, Stacy Plaskett, on behalf of Congresswoman Plaskett. Thank you. Henry Smock, Chairman of the UVI Board of Trustees. Thank you, Chairman Smock. And other members of the Board of Trustees present, please stand to be recognized. Of course, our keynote speaker, Mr. Hill Harper, thank you for being with us today. As well as honorary doctorate recipient, Brigadier General Sally F. Petty. As well as Dr. Kendra Harris, Interim Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. And other members of the President's Cabinet, including Vice President Pam Molinar-Wersey, Vice President, yeah, you can give her a hand. Vice President Mike Morsberger, who's our VP of Institutional Advancement. Vice President Rick Nader, our Vice President of Research and Economic Development. Dr. Leah Vanderpool, Vice President of Administration and Finance and CFO. Dr. Nigel Edwards, Vice Provost of Enrollment Management Services. As well as Vice President Dr. Yunir Dyer, Vice President of Strategic Affairs. We also have some great student speakers you'll hear from, Michaela Thomas, as well as Jolene Buchanan, Class of 2025 speaker. Brianna Ali will do our benediction. You've already heard from Dr. Nelson Pizarro, our marshal. Our academic deans of our schools and colleges, Dr. Usman Adamu, Dean and Director of the School of Agriculture. Dr. Paul Fleming, Interim Dean of the School of Business. Dr. Karen Brown, Dean of the School of Education. Dr. Kimmery Ingerman, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Dr. Lisa Lewis, Dean of the School of Nursing. Dr. Sandra Romano, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics. Dr. Kenny Hendrickson, Interim Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Other leaders here, Mrs. Toy Matthews, Assistant Vice President of Administration. Also, Dr. Edward Alexander, Associate Vice Provost and Director of Admissions. Also supporting our students directly are our Deans of Students, Dr. Leslyn Tung here on the Orville Ken campus, and Dr. Colvin Georges on the Albert A. Sheen campus. Shared governance is very important here at UVI, so our shared governance leaders include Dr. Molly Perry, Vice Chair of our faculty. And any other faculty members present, stand or wave your hand to be recognized. Thanks to the faculty. Thank you, thank you. Ms. Keisha Ramthahal, Vice Chair of our Staff Council. And yes, very good, yes, yes. And all other members of the UVI staff, please also stand to be recognized or wave your hands. We can't do what we do without you. Mr. Zidan Bass, our Student Government Association President, and other members of SGA present. We also have some special guests in our midst. Members of the College of the Virgin Islands, affectionately known as CVI, the class of 1975 will be celebrating their 50th anniversary today. And those in the room from class of 75, please stand, including, yes, this includes our alumni trustee, Mr. Raul Carrillo, on stage, Tulip Fleming, Lyra Thomas Harrigan, Diane Ruan Viville, and Judith Hodge. Thank you all for being here with us today. This is definitely special. Dr. Luverne Baptiste, Vice President for Policy Administration, representing on behalf of H. Lavity Stout Community College in the British Virgin Islands. On behalf of President Dr. Richard Georges. Faculty and other members of the UVI family, parents, guardians, family members, friends, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen, and most especially the limitless, innovative, tenacious, lit class of 2025, good afternoon. So today, of course, is incredibly special for many reasons. Because of you, our graduates, and because of our two honorees. Also, it's special for a number of reasons personally to me, but I'll only mention a few. I cannot tell you how overjoyed, how excited I am to be here with you today at my alma mater, with my people, my Buccaneer family, my fellow Virgin Islanders, and all who consider themselves friends of UVI. I remember vividly stepping onto this campus 30 years ago. By the time I got to the Orville Ken campus, I was 17, starting on St. Croix at 15. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I mean, literally. My hair was bushy, my legs were bushy, my eyes were wide open. I was excited. I was full of hope for what UVI would teach me, how UVI would prepare me for the world ahead, and how UVI might open doors for me. This poor whim girl who was full of grit, stamina, I still am, joy, and the will to thrive and to help others. My nursing professor, Dr. Glover, and other professors would say, "How is it that you're so young and so mature?" One day I looked Dr. Glover during our one-on-ones and said to her, "It's because I spent a lot of time with older, wiser adults." For example, I would spend hours sitting on the balcony with 80-plus-year-old Doña Mary while her husband Bululung was at work. I know that's a funny sounding name, but that was really his name. Just to keep her company, because she was fragile but full of wisdom, also differently abled because she walked with 2 crutches. Also, my closest friend at the time was Jenny. We called her Palo. She was in her 50s while I was still a teenager. I would often give her life advice as if I had lived for so long, but she needed it. In exchange, she taught me to cook. Brown stew, make the browning out of the burnt rice, seasoned rice, all kinds of good stuff. She also regularly tried to demonstrate how cleaning should be done. You take everything off the shelves, you take everything off the tables, you wipe them down, you put them back, and you repeat this every single day. How many of you do that? That was never gonna stick for me, I have to tell you. I am diligent, but I am not that meticulous. The point is, I have a deep and genuine interest in helping people, especially in helping individuals achieve their greatest potential, whatever it might be. That's exactly why I became a nurse, and then a nurse practitioner, a scientist, an educator, a dean, an executive, and now a president. And not just any president, but the president of my alma mater. Many of you, it's also your alma mater. Any alums in the room? Buccaneers in the house. And for graduates, it'll soon become your alma mater unless this is your second UVI degree, for which we're also proud and grateful. And you'll be inducted into the UVI Alumni Association if it's your first time, and officially welcome you to the Buccaneer family, and you will forever be a Buccaneer. I'm also excited today because there are so many synchronicities and so many firsts worth celebrating today. This year, we're celebrating UVI's inaugural class of graduates from the School of Agriculture. We did that yesterday. And also first graduating class for the Executive MBA program. Ooh, that can give a bigger woo, yes. We also had yesterday the first Virgin Islands couple to ever simultaneously graduate with PhDs from UVI, Krista Ann and Gary Malloy. Yesterday, we also had twins graduating from UVI, one from the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and one from the School of Nursing. Very exciting. We're also, of course, very excited to have the 50th anniversary of the class that you just saw. 50 years is a long time, because as you know, UVI was started when? 1962. So very excited indeed. We also have one student, Adela, who's from the Czech Republic, who came to UVI on a student exchange and loved it so much she decided to stay and is graduating today and will forever be a Buccaneer. I can see why this class describes itself as limitless, innovative, tenacious, lit. You're not as lit as I thought you were going to be, though. Okay. Lit. When I say lit, show the people that you are lit. That's right. You're lit and kicking butt, so kudos to you. Class of 2025, we're proud of you. I trust that you've grown in knowledge, in skill, in confidence, in perspectives, friends, mentors, ideas, wisdom, opportunities, and hope for the future. Don't worry about the uncertainty. I know there's a lot of uncertainty right now for a number of reasons, a lot of unknowns, chaos in some instances. but you have already proven that you have what it takes to succeed and that failure is not an option. You have already shown that you know how to pivot and flex and not just twerk or dance or jam or whine, or you know what I'm saying. Carnival just passed, but we're not going to go back there. I saw some of you. And you were grooving, you were on beat, so kudos. I'm confident that the limitless, innovative, tenacious class of 2025 is going to go out into the world and do big, bold things, as well as some small, impactful, but meaningful things and moves. Some of you might be right back here in the fall to complete your graduate degree or PhD. Any of those out there? All right, give it up for him. Get the rest of them on with the program. But wouldn't that just be awesome? How many of you are familiar with that Lego movie song, Everything is Awesome? Everything is awesome. See, my musicians here, they got it. Well, the lyrics were seared into my brain about 10 years ago when my son Michael was 5 years old. He signed up to perform at his school talent show at the Friends School. It's a Quaker school in Atlanta. And also volunteered my sister and I to be his backup whatever. So we had a drum, we had a harmonica, and we had my Froggo voice. And if anyone knows about me, that's exactly what I sound like. I usually tell people, some people sing soprano, some people sing alto. You know what I sing? I just told you, Froggo. It was utterly embarrassing, needless to say. But as the lyrics in that song say, everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together side by side. We're the same. I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. So that's what I want for this class, to continue that harmony that you've demonstrated. I truly hope that now that you're receiving your degrees, you'll also put your talents to work right here in our community. Many of you already have jobs, but perhaps you might be changing careers or entering new jobs. We could also use your help here at UVI and your ideas to contribute to the grand momentum that's revving up right here at UVI via our new strategic plan, charting a grand course to becoming a destination education university grounded in excellence. So the G in GRAND focuses on giving, getting, and goal setting, investing in our employees and students, giving back to our community because that matters, getting grants and other local and federal appropriations and funding because we need some money, and as well as gaining philanthropic support, setting both realistic and also ambitious stretch goals. I'd also add another G to the mix for you, our graduates, ensuring that each year more of you are walking across the stage and filling these sections so that you can go out into the community and further contribute to the workforce development that we so desperately need here in our territory and the region. Achieving this milestone by enhancing, we also want to make sure that more achieve this milestone and that we enhance the support that each student receives to ensure his or her success so that they're as successful as you are today. We want to ensure that class schedules, class formats, offerings, services are all student-centric, including the food. I heard some amens out there. We're working on it. The R is focused on ramping up recruitment, wraparound services, and modeling to increase retention. Also focused on increasing our cutting-edge research and revising our ideas and plans to be more innovative, more impactful without using trigger words in light of several millions now in federal grant cuts and cancellations. Which takes us right back to the most important R, resilient. This class is lit and resilient. Right or wrong? That's right. Because our students still need hands-on opportunities to steam ahead with STEM and STEAM and to master science, technology, engineering, English, arts, and mathematics, along with other kinds of STEM, such as sociology, social work, tourism, education, arts, marketing, management, And in 2 or so years, we will add medicine. The A is focused on academic achievement, ensuring that current and future students excel just like you, both inside the classroom, which is important, but also outside the classroom, ensuring that you're flourishing physically, mentally, spiritually, in all ways, relationally as well. The N is focused on nimble, being flexible, quick, and agile, making sure that we respond to needs, including the need to change, the need to pivot, to improve, to evolve, and to keep pace with current times, current challenges, and our students' learning styles and preferences. Evolutionists talk about the concept of adapt or die. This also applies to institutions of higher education and to our communities. We must adapt or face extinction as an institution. That's the reality that we face. The D is the destination, the ultimate goal of UVI, becoming a destination education university, not just for marine science and business, which I think we already do pretty well, but also for hospitality and tourism management, also for nursing, also for a number of areas of liberal arts and social sciences. In terms of tourism, it's our biggest industry here in the VI, and we, as an institution, as UVI, must be the solution to ensuring better, higher quality customer service in every office, every agency, every business, every hotel, every resort, every restaurant, every store, every taxi stand or taxi, and every counter that anyone visits, tourists and locals alike. Can I get an amen? Yes. We must all do better. We at UVI are committed to doing better and to being part of that solution. We can all do better if we work together. Graduates, you're part of this solution. You're the next generation of leaders at the nexus between educational preparation and implementation for greater impact and economic development right here at home. I'm going to give you a recipe for both personal and collective community success. It's actually quite simple. And actually, I'm going to call it a formula instead, because I'm only a B+ cook, but I'm an A+ scientist and data geek. So here's the basic arithmetic formula. Success equals attitude plus mindset plus hope plus faith plus action. In terms of attitude, we must change our attitudes to be more positive, more welcoming, more helpful, more inviting, more collaborative. Despite the past, despite others' attitudes and behaviors, or all the reasons that we don't want to, or that make us uncomfortable, or that reminds us not to. We have to improve our attitudes collectively. Also, our mindsets. I heard some claps. Everybody else has a perfect attitude. Our minds set our intentions, so we have to set those intentions well. We must reset our minds to envision ourselves, our families, our businesses, our institutions, our offices, where we want to see them or where we want to see ourselves in the future. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So we need to think of ourselves better, and as well as thinking of others better, and help them along the way. So graduates, you being here today demonstrates that you have a growth mindset. You had the confidence in UVI to help increase your intellect, your abilities, and here you are today to show the world that you have what it takes to do whatever it is that you are destined to do. So going a step further, thinking about the concept of positive thinking, which involves approaching situations with an optimistic and constructive outlook, focusing on the good and hopeful aspects rather than the negative. In short, I like to say positive thinking is non-negative thinking. Pretty simple. So if it's negative or if it's toxic, it's a no-no, and I would say a no-go. because you'll not get far in life or in business with negative thinking or a negative, toxic, gossipy, melee-ish environment or way of relaying. I said it. We recently had our Employee Service Awards, one of our employees who's been here 50 years, and they asked her, what's sort of the secret to longevity? And she said, stay away from the gossip. Talk positively about others. Say kind words to your colleagues. Help out when needed. That will take you a long way. Also, the concept of hope. We all know about hope. It's the expectation or desire for a certain thing to happen. For example, you graduates, you had hope that you would excel and eventually graduate, right? You're also hopeful that you'll get a job or a better paying job, and you will. I imagine that we've also all, at some point in our lives, experienced helplessness. Some may feel helpless right now, given the national or international circumstances, or even your personal circumstances. However, we can never let hopelessness, fear, or frustration paralyze us. We should instead use it to fuel us. Now, let me talk about faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. What does that mean? It means having the confidence that although you can't see the solution or the end, you know that it's within your grasp and within your reach, and that it, whatever that it is, will come to pass or fruition. It's confidence that X, Y, or Z will happen. It's sort of a presentiment, but not exactly a premonition, which is anticipation of an event without conscious reason. So I would say that faith is anticipation of an event with reason. Whether that reason is belief in God, belief in self, belief in your degree, belief in your connections, your hookups, or something else. And lastly, success requires us to all take action, to implement, to do, to move, to act based on a well thought out plan. Whether or not it's written, although, as you can imagine as scholars, it does help if you write it down. It provides the opportunity for you to consider and weigh the pros and cons and think about plans A or B or plan C to ensure success. Because if plan A fails, you got plan B. If plan B fails, you got plan C. And when you have multiple plans and contingencies, you will succeed. In a world that talks mostly about people and events, I implore you to join the few who instead talk about ideas. Small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events, and great minds discuss ideas. I would also venture to say that the best and brightest minds act upon, test, implement, and share those ideas and the results. You'll be joining the 30% of people in the USVI with a college degree. Congratulations on this huge accomplishment, because not many get there. My hope and dream is that in the next 4 to 10 years, that number is higher. Today we have 288, well, over the past 2 days, 288 combined graduates from the University of the Virgin Islands. Indeed. But if we increase by 4,000 graduates over a period of 10 years, that would represent 35% of our population. And if we increase by 8,000 graduates, that would represent 40,000 of our population. If we increase by 26,000, I know that sounds like a huge number. Over whatever period of time, 10, 20 years, that would represent 50% or so of the population with at least a bachelor's degree. UVI has celebrated 11,000 graduates and degrees since its inception in 1962. And today, we will add 288 collective degrees across both campuses. adding 71 to the already 4,201 business leaders, adding 32 to the 2,100 educators, adding 76 to the nearly 2,000 liberal artists and liberal arts and social sciences degrees, adding 69 to the 1,652 scientists and mathematicians, and adding 23 to the nearly 1,000 nurses, and adding 2 to the 9 agricultural professionals. The School of Agriculture recently started not too long ago, and they're working on it. So that's a huge accomplishment. Most importantly, collectively this year, we're adding 15 new PhD graduates. Exciting. Who are equipped and ready to create, to innovate, to lead for the change needed in our world today and tomorrow's tomorrow. And the exciting news is that majority of our graduates are from right here in America's paradise. Since 1962, nearly 9,000 are USVI residents, 84% of all UVI graduates, and a little over 1,000 are out-of-territory students. This represents a lot of local, regional, and global impact. Now, that is worth something applauding. So now the other exciting thing about today is that we have 2 phenomenal leaders and astronomical trailblazers in our midst. I know you saw them walking in and you heard the applause. We'll be conferring honorary degrees on them. They've been there, they've done that, they've seen it all, they've mastered it all, they've conquered it all, and they have widely shared their gifts and talents. And today, they are sharing their time with us, even though one of them is celebrating a birthday tomorrow. For that, we are grateful. Give them a round of applause. So I'd like to introduce our speaker. Mr. Hill Harper is a humanitarian, an award-winning actor, best-selling author, entrepreneur. He starred in ABC's #1 television drama, The Good Doctor. Yes, as well as in numerous television and film projects, including CSI New York, one of my favorites, He Got Game, and Lackawanna Blues. He served as a national spokesperson for several leading social justice organizations, including the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, the Innocence Project, One Fair Wage, and Big Brothers Big Sisters. He also sits on the board of directors for the National Black Bank Fund and was named honorary national co-chair of the redevelopment of Black Wall Street. President Barack Obama appointed him to the President's Cancer Panel, where he contributed to shaping cancer policy recommendations to the White House. Additionally, he's authored 4 New York Times bestsellers. Yes. Including Letters to a Young Brother, Letters to a Young Sister, Letters to an Incarcerated Brother, The Conversation, and his award-winning book, The Wealth Cure, that addresses ways to solve the racial wealth gap. Letters to a Young Brother was named Best Book for Young Adults by the American Library Association. He's been recognized with 7 NAACP Image Awards for his writing and acting. As an extension of his empowerment books, he founded the Manifest Your Destiny Foundation and established the Pierce and Hill Harper Arts Foundation. He graduated magna cum laude from Brown University with a Bachelor of Arts degree and was named valedictorian. He then graduated with a Juris Doctorate cum laude from Harvard Law School, as well as with a master's degree with honors from Harvard Kennedy School of Government. Impressive indeed. He holds 10 honorary doctoral degrees, including doctorates from Howard University, Providence College, and Dillard University. He's a proud life member of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. As an investor and business owner, he owns The Roasting Plant, a successful coffee franchise in downtown Detroit, is co-founder of A-Frame Brands, and is co-owner of the award-winning New Orleans Hotel International House. Additionally, he sits on the board of directors of Love the One, John Legend's successful skincare brand. He owns several commercial and residential rental properties in Detroit, Los Angeles, and New Jersey. Hill Harper's unwavering commitment to individual empowerment, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and social economic justice has made him a highly sought-after speaker on the global stage. His passion for uplifting others and creating lasting change continues to place him at the forefront of these crucial conversations. And so now, I'd like to share a tribute to Mr. Hill Harper in honor of his upcoming birthday. It's a poem called Hill. Chill as a cucumber, but not pickled or somber, nor does he slumber, tumble, or fumble, sharp as a tack, with the wittiest of comebacks to any attack or setback. For cure is his ultimate goal, to heal the world of the many unknowns related to the wealth and crypto, like kryptonite. This new intel should ignite us all to dynamite, black and white dynasty, an appetite for generational wealth, to use for good, including health, and strength in numbers while now down under the hill or bell curve of early adopters. He says we must adapt, not remain inept at what matters most, to avoid being left behind, below, at the bottom. Let's not even fathom. Rather than on top, witting nonstop, with and like handsome hill, yet the best is yet to come still, as you celebrate another orbit around the sun in one day. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Hill Harper himself.
Hey everybody, thank you so much. It is an honor to be here. To those of you who stood up, I hope you'll stand at the end of my speech too. I'll tell you, I'm excited because this truly is a celebration. And when I got to St. Thomas, I'd never been here before, never had a Johnny cake before. I wanted to learn some things, and someone invited me to what they said was, I didn't know anything. They said it was the best school around, and they said go to Ivana Udororkin High School. I didn't know who it was. They said they were devil rays. But then someone said, no, don't go there. You need to go to Charlotte Omari High School. Because they said maybe you should be a chicken hawk. And I said, do I want to be a devil ray or do I want to be a chicken hawk? I said, you know what? I actually want to be a buccaneer. So I want you to know this. Last night I was walking along the beach because I didn't know exactly what remarks I was going to bring. I was torn because I knew that this class needed to hear some special things. And so I prayed. I said, God, please give me a sign, show me the wisdom of what I should say. And just as I did that, a brother with dreads walked up the beach. I said, God, you sent somebody to me. I said, thank you so much. And so I walked up to him and I said, listen, I'm giving this commencement address. It's extremely important. We're at a critical time in the world today. And these graduates are going to be responsible for actually shaping the future of this world. I need to say something hopefully profound or helpful to help them. What do you have? He said, brother, hold up your hand. And so I held up my hand. I figured maybe he was going to read my palm. He said, how many fingers do you have up? I said, 5, sir. He said, well, listen, do you know the 5 B's? I said, no. He said, well, this is how you need to approach your speech. I said, yes. I leaned in. He said, be brief, brother, be brief. So, with that spirit in mind, I said to him, I said, listen, the most famous commencement address ever given was by Winston Churchill. The great Winston Churchill he was almost at the end of his life, and he had turned down every commencement invitation for the previous 20 years. And they were shocked at Oxford when he accepted to be the commencement speaker. And he was very frail at the time. And he came up and they called his name just like President George called mine. And he came up very slowly to the microphone and he did something very simple. And this is what I said to the brother. I said, brother, should I do what Winston Churchill did? And he said, well, what did he do? And I said, well, he got up to the mic and he said, don't ever give up. And then he went and sat there. So in that spirit, class of 2025, don't ever give up. Thank you very much. I'm kidding. I have a few other things that I want to talk about. So with that in mind, to Dr. President George, the Board of Trustees, the esteemed faculty, the administration, all of our political leaders and representatives in the House, judges, as well as the esteemed friends and family of these amazing graduates, but most importantly, to the class of 2025, I bring greetings. And every time I say the class of 2025, I need this whole auditorium to make some noise. That's not enough. So let's practice. Class of 2025. That's it. That's it. So I need you to know something that you need to carry the rest of your life. I needed to say this to you. It's not just about today, but it's about what happens next. And because you are not a coincidence, you are not a mistake, you are literally the walking answers to someone's prayers. You are a dream spoken in the dark. You are a hope whispered in bondage. Quite seriously, I just took a drive because I wanted to see Main Street, and there was that plaza there that's covered. And I said to the driver, I said, is that where slaves were traded? And the driver said, yes. Just think about that. Not but less than a mile from here, we had the horrific lynchings, killings, treatment, rape. We can go down the list of the horrors of folks working from no sun in the morning to no sun at night, but you all are graduates of this amazing university today. All of those folks hoped and dreamed for you to be here doing this right now. So the question I kind of want to really dig up and expose and talk about is, what is your charge next? And I know this is a celebration for today, and you can have today, but tomorrow I'm going to push you to get to work. Why? Because my generation has really screwed up this world. And the charge is on your generation to actually have to fix it. And why do I know that you're already capable of fixing it? Because you've come through hurricanes. You've come through a global pandemic. You've come through economic uncertainty and geopolitical uncertainty, and now you're entering and continuing to fight in a world that you need to shape and change. President George ended talking about faith, and I want to continue on that theme because I think that there's a lot of people that have hope and they have faith, but oftentimes they haven't been given the tools to actually manifest. I want to talk quite briefly about this simple idea. You are active architects of your own life. So say this with me just real quick. Say, I am an architect. I'm an architect. Say it a little loud. I'm an architect. So I want to break this down real quick because we're going to get to where I talk about energy in a second. And we're in a stadium where games are played, and folks are real quick to cheer for games that they may not even be in, for players they may not even know. But when I ask you to cheer for yourself, you're like, no. Why in the world would we be willing to bring more energy to cheer for someone else than to cheer for ourselves? Say, I am an architect. You are an architect, and the first thing an architect does is starts with what Dr. George already talked about, and that's a plan or a blueprint. And the vast majority of people I talk to, and I say, where's your plan or where's your blueprint? They'll point to their head rather than actually what Dr. George spoke about, writing it down and sketching it out. And we have to. You would never hire an architect to build your house if he said, yo, brother, I got it up here. I got you covered. Why is it important to write down our goals, our dreams, and the steps to achieving them? It's important to write them down because, one, you can hold yourself accountable to it so you don't actually shape-shift on your dreams. What does shape-shifting on your dreams mean? It means that you end up living a much smaller life than you were meant to live, because you were meant to live life here, but oftentimes we start negotiating with ourselves and trading ourselves down. I've even witnessed it since I've been here. I went to 2 of what the world considers the greatest universities in the world, Brown University, an Ivy League school, and Harvard for grad school, with 2 graduate degrees from Harvard. They consider those amongst the top universities in the world. And I tell you, UVI is just as good, if not better, than they are. Yet, you talk to folks around that they don't actually cheer for it in that way and hold it in that regard. I just told, I was astounded when I looked at the UVI emblem, and I said, when was that developed? And Dr. George said, well, I think it was in in the inception. It's the original insignia. And I said, well, you know what happened? Barack Obama stole that. The original Obama was a sun rising, a half sun rising, and your emblem is a sun rising. You all are innovators. You all are doers. You all are doing it already, yet oftentimes, if you're too close to something, you don't really see the magic or the beauty. So an outsider coming in can see it quite quickly. So think about the plan or the blueprint you want to build, and remember, what you envision should be so outrageous that when you share it with someone, they should laugh in your face. If they don't laugh in your face, then you're not dreaming big enough. And I mean that quite seriously. I went to a high school where no one had ever gone to an Ivy League school before, and I told the folks that I was in high school with that I was going to go to Harvard, and they'd laugh in my face because they thought it was that outrageous. And if the dreams that you sketch out aren't that outrageous, then they're too reasonable, and you've already discounted your dreams and goals. I need you to dream outrageously. I need you to sketch out a blueprint of outrageousness, because that's what the opposition is doing. Second thing an architect does after they have their plan and they're going to go off and build is the first thing they will build on the land is the foundation. And I would tell you the size and thickness of the foundation is directly proportional to the size and scope of your goals and dreams. I lived in New York City for a long time, and whenever they're building a tall skyscraper, you look down and they dig way deep to go up high. Why? Because it needs to get anchored. So the bigger you're going to go or the higher you're going to go, the more foundation you need to anchor it. I remember my first day at Harvard Law School. I love to play basketball, and those of you who have seen the movie He Got Game, you know I'm a really good basketball player. I don't know why that's funny. So I was there at Harvard Law School. There's a gymnasium at Harvard Law School that's nowhere near as nice as this gymnasium. It's called Hemingway Gym, and I was there playing at Hemingway Gym, and in walked this tall, skinny guy. I was the only one playing, and I wanted to play with somebody. I walk up to him, I say, hey man, you want to play basketball? And he kind of looked down at me and he said, well, why else would I be in the gym? I was like, are you smart, Alec, or something? I said, what's your name? I said, my name's Hill. He says, my name's Barack. I say, Barack, that's an interesting name. Turns out it was this guy, Barack Obama. And so I said, Barack, what year are you? Because he was older than me. He says, well, this is my first day. I said, this is my first day. I said, man, you kind of old. I was in my early 20s. He was almost 30. And when you're in your early 20s and someone's almost 30, they seem so old. He said, yeah, I took 7 years off in between undergrad and grad school. I said, well, what were you doing for those 7 years? He said, I was doing community organizing out of a basement of a church in Chicago. It's like, wow, very interesting. And I started to look up to this man, not just because he's taller than me. I looked up to him because he had a sense of purpose and gravitas, and at almost 30 years old, he was going back to school because he felt he didn't have enough foundational tools in his toolkit educationally to achieve the scope and height of the goals and dreams he wanted to achieve. So oftentimes through the course of our life, we'll realize based off our blueprint That we need to add other foundational tools, whether they be resources like money, or resources like education, or resources like family, or resources like faith, or resources like relationships. All of these things, network building, all of these things build a foundation to support you achieving your goals and your dreams. And that's why having this degree from UVI is just another step there, which is phenomenal. And that's why I'm so proud of each of you. Now, there's 2 more steps of being active architects of our own life. We know we start with a blueprint, and then we start building a foundation, which actually is a lifetime build. And then we have the framework. Now, in this building, let's just take a look at it. So the foundation got built first, and then, you know what they put up? They didn't put up the walls next. They put up these, see the poles here? They go up, boom, 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 and then they go all the way across, and they come back down. This is the framework that's actually supporting this structure. And then the framework that supports the structure of our life in this analogy are the choices that we make. Every day you're going to be faced with choices. When we talk about choices, it reminds me of, there was a pretty amazing writer-poet from not too far from here. And she was born Elaine Potter Richardson in 1949. She goes by a pen name, and it's a little bit more famous, named Jamaica Kincaid. And Jamaica Kincaid wrote something that I use quite often in my own heart when it's time for me to make a choice. And I just want to share this quote with you, because this is the fundamental essence of how you should, the filter you should use to make choices as you move. Jamaica Kincaid writes, "Love and hatred don't take turns, they exist side by side at the same time. And one's duty, one's obligation every day is to choose to follow the nobler one." She said, love and hatred don't take turns, they exist side by side at the same time, and one's duty, one obligation every day is to choose to follow the nobler one, which is love. If you make choices that are filtered through love, it allows you the ability to always be on the right side of history. It allows you the ability to have the courage, because fundamentally the word courage is my favorite word in the English language. The root or the etymology of that word is kur, which means heart. Making choices every day out of your heart gives you the ability to overcome so-called obstacles that I call opportunities. Making choices every day out of your heart based on love gives you the opportunity to create shared abundance in a world that tries to convince you that there have to be winners and losers. It's a big lie. So when we think about the choices we make, choose out of your heart, out of your core, and out of courage. And fourth and final piece of being active architects of our own life is the answer to this simple question. And if someone can answer it, you got to yell it out, you'll get a prize. Okay? Now, I don't know what that prize is. On the one hand, it may be a brand new iPhone 16X Pro with Morgan Freeman as the voice of Siri. Nobody's got that. And on the other hand, it might just be a firm handshake. I don't know. But here's the question, the fourth and final thing of being active architects of our own life. What one small thing does every architect design into their structure that is essential for the structure to fulfill its purpose? I'll ask it again. What's one small thing that every architect designs into their structure that's essential for the structure to fulfill its purpose? Come on, class of 20. What is it? What is it? No, come, yeah, come on. Yeah, come here. Come right here. Come on. Okay. What's your name?
Eddie DeYoung.
Give it up for your classmate. Okay, so what's one small thing that every architect designs in the structure that's essential for the structure to fulfill its purpose?
A door.
Oh, that's amazing. She got it right now. Great job. Is that firm enough? Okay, go back. One small thing that every architect designs is the structure that's essential for the structure to fulfill its purpose is a door. Why? Because you need to get in. Because the purpose of the structure is to provide shelter. And if there's no way in, there's no way you can provide that shelter. You can't actually do it. So to fulfill a purpose, you need doors. And I would suggest to you that after you leave this auditorium, you think about every day opening yourself up, opening doors to new people, new ideas, and new information. The way we become creative, the way we actually win in this world is to be in front. The great soccer player Pele was asked one time, why are you the greatest soccer player? How? You're not that big. You're not necessarily that fast. How are you the greatest soccer player in history? And Pele would always say, most people run to where the ball is. I run to where the ball's gonna be. I need you graduates to run to where the ball's going to be. I need you to learn about digital currency. I need you to learn about AI. I need you to learn about quantum computing. I need you to learn about creative and innovative problem solving. I need you to know and learn about how to build relationships in a world that's trying to push you to get on your devices exclusively. Texting and IGing is not a relationship. What's a relationship is building connection and the types of things I see here. And that's what you all have that many other places don't. There's a family feeling here that is so palpable and powerful, and you can leverage that to attract people here, but you can also leverage it to go places and spread and be a leader with that same spirit. And if you approach opening doors to new people, new ideas, new information, you'll be able to then revise your blueprint and then have to add new things to your foundation and then make a new set of choices of shared abundance and then meet new people again with new ideas and becoming more creative. And then you go back and revise your blueprint again, so it becomes a circular model of how you build a life and how you are truly active architects of your own life. So class of 2025, with a full and energized voice, I need you to repeat this with me, and I mean it, full and energized voice. Because if you don't do it right, I'll do it again. Say with me, I will not. Hold on, not just the class of 2025. I need everybody, because it's actually a mantra that everybody could use. I will not allow fear to stop me from making the choices that I already know I should make. Instead, I will live my life with energy, with enthusiasm, with courage, and I will win at my life. And in so doing, give all others permission to win as well. God bless you, UVI.
Simply amazing. Thank you very much, Mr. Harper. You guys have your assignments, all of us. Now we're at the part of our ceremony where we'll bestow honorary degrees to our two honorees. Honorary degrees are bestowed upon individuals by universities as a way to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of those whom the institution admires. Do we admire these two? And those who we want our students to emulate. Today, we'll bestow this honor upon two individuals whose contributions in their lifetimes have demonstrated how to live as outstanding citizens of the world. I would ask Chairman Henry Smock to bring forward the Honorable Hill Harper, please. Acclaimed actor, best-selling author, and humanitarian. Hill Harper is a man of many, many talents. He's very witty, giving, insightful, inquisitive, paternal, protective, friendly, business savvy, crypto sharp, and just plain cool, isn't he? Collaborative and impactful. We are therefore proud to bestow upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. In recognition of this degree, Chairman Smock will vest you with the hood, and I will present you with a diploma from the University of the Virgin Islands.
Let me do this.
Now that's how excited I want to see all you graduates, excited to be getting this UVI degree and joining the UVI family. Our next honorary degree recipient, the Honorable Sally F. Petty. I would ask Chairman Smock to please bring forward Honorable Sally F. Petty, a military trailblazer, a distinguished brigadier general, a woman of excellence and a pillar of leadership and service. Sally Petty is a dedicated educator with over 3 decades of experience shaping young minds and guiding future leaders. A passionate advocate for lifelong learning and student achievement, she has led with heart, vision, and a deep belief in the power of education to change lives. Beginning as a classroom teacher, she has served in various leadership roles, gradually rising through the ranks to become a trusted, transformative leader and principal at the Ivana Eudora Ken High School. Don't forget, she completed her high school at Charlotte Amalia High School, at Chicken Hawk. She earned her Bachelor of Science degree in History from Norfolk State University and holds 2 master's degrees, one in the field of education with a concentration in administration from the University of the Virgin Islands, and the other in strategic studies from Air War College. She's also a graduate of the Harvard Kennedy School of Government, Executive Education and Leadership in Homeland Security. Throughout her career, Principal Petty has been committed to fostering a positive and inclusive school culture, ensuring that all students have the resources and support needed to thrive academically and personally. A woman after my own heart. She believes in the power of collaboration between students, teachers, parents, and the community to create a dynamic and engaging learning environment. Principal Petty looks forward to continuing to lead the Ivana Eudora Ken High School with vision, dedication, and a strong commitment to student achievement. She walks in power and resilience and accomplishing the mission at hand. That's her trademark. Beyond the school's walls, Principal Petty is known internationally for her elite military ranking and countless contributions to the Virgin Islands and to this nation. Her military career began in the Virgin Islands Army National Guard as an enlisted soldier in 1989 as a multi-channel systems operator in the Signal Corps. In June 1992, at the rank of specialist, she was commissioned as a 2nd lieutenant through the Officer Candidate School. A trailblazer in every sense, Principal Petty made history as the first woman to be federally appointed to the position of Assistant Adjutant General of the Virgin Islands National Guard. and only the second woman to achieve the distinguished rank of Brigadier General in the National Guard's history. Brigadier General Petty's distinguished military career is also reflected in her numerous decorations, including the Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star Medal, Joint Service Commendation Medal, and the Meritorious Service Medal, among other notable honors. From the front lines of the classroom to the commands of ranks in the military, Principal Petty has led with vision, conviction, and a deep sense of duty. Her life's work stands as a beacon of what it means to serve with distinction and to lead with heart, honor, and an unrelenting pursuit of excellence. We are proud to bestow upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. In recognition of this degree, Chairman Smock will vest you with a hood, and I will present you with a diploma from the University of the Virgin Islands. We are honored to have you counted among our graduates, General Brigadier Petty. Congratulations and welcome to the UVI Again family.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, honored guests, family, friends, and most importantly, good afternoon, class of 2025. How are y'all feeling today? Good? I would hope so, because we did it. We have finally reached the end of this race. And for a race that for many of us started on Zoom, I would say we came a pretty long way, don't you think? To our masters and PhD grads, big congratulations. I know the PhD students especially, they can't wait to start telling everyone to call them doctor. And honestly, I don't blame you. You worked really hard at your dissertation defense, and honestly, I'll be the same one day. And for one of our classmates, today isn't just graduation, it's also their birthday. So happy birthday, whoever that is, and we expect cake after the ceremony. I will find you. Now, I know we all got dinner reservations tonight, and so do I, so I'm gonna keep my thing brief, all right? Look, I'm already practicing the 5 Bs, yeah? Honestly, I still cannot believe y'all chose me to be our class speaker. I really didn't think anyone was taking that survey seriously when I put my name down. But here I am, and I feel truly honored. Thank you for trusting me to speak for us. Now, before I sat down to write this speech, I did what any good student would do. I procrastinated. But eventually I got it together and I decided to talk to you all directly. I sat and I talked with a few of you, and I sent out a survey, and I asked one big question. What was your time at UVI really been like? I got some honest, hilarious, and very UVI-coded answers. But before we dive into the memories and the madness, I want to take a moment to highlight our class objectives, which I'm sure you heard earlier. We are LIT, limitless, innovative, tenacious. We could not have picked a better acronym to represent us, because that's exactly what I saw in your responses. We've dreamed beyond the horizon, like those of us who left our home, came from the States or from around the world, and adapted to a whole new culture and adapted to the environments around us. And we never gave up despite the challenges. Because let's be real, nothing here came easy. But that's exactly what made us tough and tenacious. The long drives from home to campus for commuter students, having to ask a friend to crash in their dorm until your next class because we know if we catch a safari, we're not making it back in time, if not at all. And all of it built the kind of strengths you don't learn from a textbook. So, let's talk about how these experiences shaped us. One person said that their UVI in one word was interesting. Another, and I'm sure some of you can relate, started their college life virtually, stuck in Philly, no beach, no brewers, just cold weather and blackboard. Someone else said that their favorite memory was an unhinged girl night in middle dorms, and no, I will not be sharing the details. And of course, many of us have core memories from Chicken and Bowling, RIP to a real one. I know the food wasn't great, but we all went anyways. And let's not forget the many travel opportunities that UVI offered to some of us, whether it was a national student exchange program or UVI passport to the world. And I'm sure anyone here going to Japan this summer? Oh, I'm jealous of y'all, wow. But beyond the laughs, there were challenges, real ones, like the power outages from WAPA, dealing with overwhelmed staff and faculty who we often caught in a snappy mood, and some of us had to go to war with our professors, respectfully, of course. But even with the chaos, we talked about solutions. And in some cases, we even followed through with action that made real difference, whether it was organizing a student event or just raising our voices when things didn't feel fair. We tried, we cared. Now, to add to what President George talked about earlier, charting a grand course, I wanted to talk about some of the concerns that the class of 2025 would love to talk about. I'm sure some of you may have mentioned these in your exit interviews, but many of the buildings on campus need some loving and maintenance. And we would love to see the physical plant department and the housing department get the support and resources it needs to take care of our campus. We talked about expanding the amount of students graduating from UVI, and honestly, if we want to expand, we need somewhere to hold those students. And let's be honest, many of us wanted to decorate our necks with stoles and cords, so we would love to see more support for our clubs and organizations on campus. And it's not just for the photo op, although the pics would have aid, but because it would have reflected the hard work, identity, and involvement we poured into this place. Listen, no college experience is complete without complaining about the cat food, all right? We know, unfortunately, you can't please everyone, but we also know there's room to make improvements to the dining experience. Better food options, overall better dining space, and just better vibes. These suggestions do not come from disrespect, but a place of care and wanting to see UVI's full potential. But I'll be really honest with y'all, I'm gonna be really upset when they make these improvements after I've left. So, the big question, what's next? So here we are about to walk across the stage, flip a tassel, and head into what exactly? One of you said something that really stuck. I'm excited but scared. And honestly, same. But I realized after hearing some other students from other schools, the feeling is quite universal. We are stepping out of this bubble where we know our people, our favorite study spots, where to hide away when we don't want to see our professors or advisors, and into a world that honestly is very shaky right now. The job market, confusing. Grad school, competitive and expensive. Eggs, $1 million. Life after college, especially for us undergraduates, low-key terrifying. And like I mentioned earlier, some of us did not get a high school graduation because of the pandemic. We didn't have prom, well, I did of course. We didn't get that senior walk. We started this journey with uncertainty, and somehow we still made it here. Yeah, give yourself a good, yeah, of course, we made it here. So yes, for some of us, the future is unknown, but guess what? We've done uncertain before, and we turn to resilience, creativity, and growth. We're lit. Uncertainty will always be there. We don't run from it, we build from it. We turn, I don't know what I'm doing, into, I figured it out. Take risk, ask questions, make mistakes, and still show up. So, whatever your next chapter look like, a job, grad school, a gap year, or just catching your breath, just know this. We are limitless, innovative, and tenacious. And we are more than ready than we think. Thank you all for allowing me to share this moment with you. I am proud of us. I am proud of me. Congratulations, everyone. We made it. Yeah!
Congratulations, Rashid.
I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
only I had a voice like Ian's and all of the others, but I'd never make the cut. Beautifully done, beautifully done. Good afternoon, UVI. A very special good afternoon, however, to the limitless, innovative, and tenacious members of the class of 2025, to all of you. And on behalf of the UVI Board of Trustees, it is indeed a pleasure and with great pride that I extend congratulations today to all of you. Now, as we witness the awarding of your degrees today, we remember this is the 61st anniversary year of UVI. And while I was not chairman back 61 years ago, I was, however, a carpenter, and I was working on structures at UVI. So UVI has been in my blood for a long, long time. And for that, I'm grateful. But we also have a lot of thanks and gratefulness for all of the people who have supported UVI. I would like to first thank the Honorable Governor Albert Bryan Jr., as well as our Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Roach, our acting governor today. I'd also like to thank the Honorable Senate President Milton Potter and the legislative branch of government, and as you know, several of whom are graduates of UVI. Many thanks. The Honorable Stacy Plaskett, our delegate to Congress, who is represented here today by Dr. Nellie Varlak. And of course, President Sophia George, our newly selected president, for her vision, leadership, ensuring that institutional goals are set and realized. Definitely. Your collective commitment to higher education is greatly appreciated, as is your recognition that the university is a key player in the economic development and future of the Virgin Islands. Thanks to all of you. The UVI board also extends very special commendations and many thank yous to both the present and past members of the faculty, staff, and administration for your ongoing commitment to excellence and contributions toward making this university what it is today. Whether it be maintaining the grounds, ensuring security, providing academic instruction, student services, technological support, institutional advancement, land grant programs, you have been the backbone, truly, of UVI. So heartfelt thanks to all of you. To the parents, spouses, families, and friends of the class of 2025, many of you know that I am also a parent of a former UVI student, and so I give special words of thanks and congratulations because it is your sacrifices, support, and encouragement that helped make today's graduation possible. Thank you to all of you. Finally, congratulations to the class of 2025. Yes, indeed. Your tenacity and commitment have served you well in the attainment of your goals. The Board of Trustees is keenly aware that many of you were employed full-time, part-time, maintained households, raised children, all while attending UVI, and that's something that many of us on this stage would find very difficult to do. You are to be commended for your tenacity, intellectual pursuits, and sacrifices you have made toward attaining your higher education here at this great university. So finally, on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, thank you all for your continuing support of the University of the Virgin Islands, and best wishes for the success to the limitless, innovative, and tenacious members of the class of 2025. I salute all of you.
Good afternoon. Acting Governor Tregenza Roach, my colleagues in the 36th Legislature, I see Senator Avery Lewis, Senator Carla Joseph, Senator Marvin Blyden, and Senator Ray Fonseca, who are here today. Representing our delegate to Congress, Dr. Nellie Varlak, of course, President George, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of UVI, Judge Henry Smack, esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, graduates of the UVI class of 2025. You did it. You did it. Today is a moment of celebration. You've walked a long, challenging road to get here, literally through hurricanes, a global pandemic, and a nation that's changing at the speed of light. You've earned this day, and I am so very honored to share it with you. As you sit here in your caps and gowns filled with pride, dreams, and maybe a little bit of fear and trepidation about what comes next, I want to offer you something not necessarily found in your textbooks. Something that will eclipse your GPA, outshine your resume, and outlast your LinkedIn profile. And that is, character matters. It really does. We live in a world where talent is loud and character not so much. Character is quiet. Where social media rewards the most visible, not necessarily the most virtuous. But let me tell you something from my 30 years in public service. It is character, not pomposity or arrogance, but character that determines the weight of your legacy. Thank you. Character is what you do when the cameras are off. It is how you treat someone who can offer you nothing in return. It is the courage to tell the truth even when it's inconvenient, and the discipline to keep your word even when it costs you. Your degree for sure will open doors, yes, but your character will determine how long those doors remain open and who walks through them with you. In fact, as your Senate President, I've sat at tables where the most brilliant ideas were ignored because they came from people who had lost the trust in their colleagues. And I've seen quiet, humble leaders change the course of policy simply because they were people of their word. Character matters, ladies and gentlemen. And don't think that character only lives in big decisions. It lives in the small ones too. Showing up on time, apologizing when you're wrong, lifting others as you climb, giving credit instead of always taking it. That is where true leadership begins. Now, I don't say all of this to make you feel pressured to be perfect. You're a human being. You're going to make mistakes. God knows I've made my share of mistakes. But let your character be the compass that brings you back to center every time. So, class of 2025, as you walk into the world, remember, you are not just ambassadors of UVI, you're ambassadors of the USVI. You're ambassadors of your mother and your father and our ancestors, of our values, of our endurance, of our dignity. You will face opportunities to cut corners, to rise faster by stepping on others, to silence your conscience in exchange for applause. Resist that temptation. Because when the light fades and the titles change and the world quiets down, it is your character that will speak the loudest. It is your character that will make your family proud. It is your character that will shape the future of these islands. Let it be said of you, not just that you graduated, but that you stood for something. Let it be said that you were brilliant and kind, ambitious and honest, determined and humble. Let it be said that when your name was called, your character answered. Congratulations to the awesome class of 2025. May your future be bold, and may your character always lead the way. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, let me say a special good afternoon to our Senate President and to the members of the 36th Legislature present in the audience. I have to call them by name: Senators Marvin Blyden, Carla Joseph, Ray Fonseca, and Avery Lewis. A special good afternoon to our representative of the delegate to Congress, Dr. Nellie Valak, to the Board of Trustees, here chaired by my judge, Smock, and the other trustees in the audience. I want to say a special good afternoon to UVI President, Dr. Sophia George, and the faculty and staff of the University of the Virgin Islands, to Commencement Speaker Hill Harper, and to Brigadier General Sally Petty on the receiving of her honorary doctorate degree. Dr. Petty is humble. Somebody used that word to describe her. And it is absolutely accurate, except when she's talking about the Ivana Yodorican High School. Then she gets loud and boisterous sometimes. But I just want to add that the recipient of the honorary degree yesterday on St. Croix was a graduate of the Charlotte Amalia High School. So we have both of them represented here. I want to say a special good afternoon to the limitless, innovative, tenacious class of 2025, the reason why we're here, and I am so happy to participate in this celebration of you. I was gratified that our guest speaker, in just such a short period of time in the Virgin Islands, was able to speak so accurately to our history, beginning yesterday on the beautiful island of St. Croix, and today speaking in intimate terms about what this university means or should mean. And I wanted to share with you just a couple of things about why this university is so special to me. I am an alumnus of the university. I did not graduate, but I spent 2 years here before I transferred to the University of Missouri. And when I transferred to the University of Missouri, that school accepted every credit that I had earned at UVI, and I was able to go right into my junior year there. So I always valued that. But I valued being a student here because it really changed my perspective and helped me become the person that I am today. Because at that time, we had many more students from the Eastern Caribbean. And these were students who wanted to go back and build their countries and contribute to the upliftment of the people in those territories. And we graduated people like the Prime Minister of St. Martin, Silveria Jacobs, and Mr. Ricky Skerritt in the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. And just recently we lost Mr. Byron, who was instrumental in the Nevis Island government, and so many more. I think if I had not had that experience at UVI, I might have fallen victim to that small dot syndrome and gone to the United States, and maybe I would be somewhere up there in Ohio or New York or Connecticut. What do you say, yanking, right? We still use that term, or that's old people? Okay. So it grounded me in my Caribbeanness and in my heritage as a person of African descent. When I was an instructor at the university, it was the students who made me believe that this school should be free of tuition costs. And it was a young man in one of my classes who said, "Professor, I don't believe I'm going to come back after the second year," that said to me, when I got to the legislature, one of the first bills I would introduce would be to make UVI tuition free. And you are still one of the first classes coming out since UVI has been tuition-free beginning in 2019. And I want to congratulate some of you. Don't take it personally, but I would have to, on the governor's behalf, say congratulations to Eddie DeYoung Utibe, who works in his office, and to Macy Mills, somewhere out there, who works in my office, right? And to Dr. Christian, who will be receiving his doctorate and who has helped us in many instances. The third thing was that when I was working at UVI as an employee again, I got to participate in a project called Constitution 2008, and it revolved around the Virgin Islands' 5th attempt to develop a constitution for itself. And the work that we were doing here caught the attention of the United Nations, who invited Dr. Raxter and me to seminars in the Pacific and in the Caribbean to speak about this territory. And tomorrow, I will leave to a place called Timor-Leste. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but I know you go to Indonesia and then you keep going, talking about the same thing. And if it were not for this university and for that work that we were doing, that would not be happening. I want to share with you that once upon a time, I was a newspaper editor, a reporter and editor at the Daily News of the Virgin Islands. And we had a wonderful reporter who is now deceased, Angela Isanison Garner. And Angela had written a story about the loss of guava berry trees. The people were clearing lots to build and cutting down fruit trees and other trees indiscriminately, right? And at that time, the Daily News was changing ownership from the founding by J. Antonio Jarvis and Ariel Melchior Sr. to now being owned by the Gannett Corporation, a conglomerate that owned USA Today. And so we were battling with how to preserve this local legend with direction from the mainland. And some of the editors were not very familiar with our territory. And so one of them took this story about guava berry trees and thought it was a story about lumber, and changed the story to say that people were cutting down the guava berry trees so they could use the wood to build houses. Angela Isanison, generations in the Virgin Islands, she was mortified because people reading the story would say, Lord, Angela don't know what a guava berry tree is. The trunk only gets like this, you know. Some get a little bigger, but they're not lumber. I share this with you to say the narrative, and my teacher, one of them back there, Carol Henneman, who was at the school, but not necessarily my teachers, but I fell under her influence, would say the narrative is important. Who tells the story is important. And we are living in a time when the narrative is being rewritten. It is being rewritten, right? The narrative that chronicles our existence, our struggle, our survival with some semblance of our African self is under attack. Books that tell the story of how the African people came to be here and the horrors of the slave experience and the impact over centuries are being taken out of libraries and curriculum materials throughout this country. It will make it harder for you to find books that tell the rich story of the African past, like the Benin bronzes, stolen from the Yoruba people, thousands of them in the British Museum and in private collections all over the world, that tell the story that the African people were not a primitive people before the Europeans came. These artifacts that tell of their mastery of metal, that tell of their mastery of portraiture in metal and wood, these are being further taken from access to you. And so we must be the shapers and the tellers of this narrative. And you get to tell people that you come from an awesome and incredible place with a rich and vibrant history grounded in our African past. And you can tell them about Virgin Islanders, about the history of resistance to bondage, that on July 3rd, 1848, African people rose up and said, no, this will not continue. And so that is why if you go to Copenhagen and you see the statue of Queen Mary sitting on her throne, and people will ask in Copenhagen, why is that black woman here? That black woman is there because they once owned the Danish West Indies, and people like Queen Mary helped to throw off the yoke of bondage. And you can tell them about people, if you study the Harlem Renaissance. If you study the Harlem Renaissance, the name Caspar Holstein should be right there. He was born on the island of St. Croix, and he migrated to New York. And he did something that they call him a gangster for. He founded an underground lottery, and at one time he was making the equivalent of $200,000 a day. And you know what this black man did with those proceeds? He funded scholarships. He built dormitories at historically black colleges and universities. And when we had hurricanes in the Virgin Islands, he commissioned ships and sent supplies to help his people who he did not forget. Or you can tell them about Ashley Totten, who left St. Croix again and who went to New York and who helped to found the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, one of the first African-American labor organizations to be recognized by the American Federation of Labor. All of these incredible and awesome people, and from St. Thomas. If you have not heard the name Edward Wilmot Blyden, who grew up in the Virgin Islands and left and went to be a part of the founding of the nation of Liberia, where African people who were disillusioned with this place said, you know what, we are going back to Africa. And he helped to found that country. Number one, and number two, insisted that the African personality that was represented as primitive was grounded in science and culture and history that was centuries old before we even had contact with the slave trade. These are people, and if you want something multicultural, you can look at the French Impressionists, one of the father of Impressionism, Camille Pissarro, who was born in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. Know that all these Africans, all these ancestors are watching over you, because now it is your turn. And we are excited, and we are energized, and we are hopeful of how you will change the landscape and add to that narrative. And we are happy for you. We ask for God's blessings on your life, that you continue to be guided and protected, and that you will do well in every single thing you do, whether you find yourself working here or impacting the world in some capacity. Thank you so very much. A wonderful thank you to your parents, your faculty, your supporters. God bless the Virgin Islands.
lit class of 2025. We are about to move into that part of the program where we are going to confer the degrees. But first, a quick message. Madam President, the formal conferring of degrees is an ancient custom filled with dignity and majesty. Ours is no different. And it is in that spirit that we ask that the audience, it is in that spirit that we ask that the audience, it is in that spirit that we ask that the audience, raise your hand if you're the audience. Upon hearing the name of your relative call, please hold your celebration to a minimum. With all due respect, we want to ensure that the names of all the individuals who are called are heard. We also ask that you remain in your seats because graduates who have requested to have their pictures taken have had professional photographs already taken. We thank you in advance for your understanding and cooperation on behalf of the graduates, faculty, and the administration.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Creative Leadership for Innovation and Change. Candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Creative Leadership for Innovation and Change, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the PhD Council, I am pleased to present to you candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Creative Leadership for Innovation and Change.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Government of the Virgin Islands and the Board of Trustees of the University of the Virgin Islands, I hereby confer upon you en masse the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Creative Leadership for Innovation and Change with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Graduates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Creative Leadership for Innovation and Change, please proceed to the stage to be hooded and to receive your diploma.
Juan Christian. Dissertation title, a mixed method study assessing the perceptions of school leaders on culturally responsive leadership in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Haria Danfodio, dissertation title, Creative Resilience in Maroon Communities of the African Diaspora. Latricia Davis, dissertation title, Breaking Barriers, Weaving Narratives, Women's Resilience in the Journey to Executive Leadership. Cherie Whitley, dissertation title, An Interpretive Phenomenological Exploration of the Baby Boomer Population to determine the essence of their lived experience through COVID-19 and the effects of their developmental growth on mindset and fixed mindset regarding digital adaptation.
Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. Madam President, the candidates for the Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Accounting, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts, Educational Leadership, Master of Arts, School Counseling, Master of Organizational Leadership, Master of Arts and Psychology, Master of Public Administration, Master of Social Work, and Master of Marine and Environmental Sciences will be presented by the deans of the respective schools and colleges. Dr. Paul Fleming, School of Business, Dr. Karen Brown, School of Education, Dr. Kimmery Ingerman, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and Dr. Sandra Romano, College of Science and Mathematics.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Accounting, Masters of Business Administration degrees. Candidates for the Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Accounting, and Master of Business Administration degrees, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the School of Business, I am pleased to present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Accounting, and Masters of Business Administration degrees.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Master of Arts, School Counseling, Master of Educational Leadership, and Master of Organizational Leadership degrees. Candidates for the Master of Arts, School Counseling, Master of Educational Leadership, and Master of Organizational Leadership degrees, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the School of Education, I am pleased to present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Master of Arts School Counseling, Master of Educational Leadership, and Master of Organizational Leadership degrees.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Master of Arts in Psychology, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Social Work degrees. Candidates for the Master of Arts in Psychology, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Social Work degrees, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, I am pleased to present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Master of Arts in Psychology, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Social Work degrees.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Master of Marine and Environmental Science degree. Candidates for the Master of Marine and Environmental Sciences degree, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the College of Science and Mathematics, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the University of the Virgin Islands for the Master of Marine and Environmental Sciences degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Government of the Virgin Islands and the Board of Trustees of the University of the Virgin Islands, I hereby confer upon you en masse the Master of Accounting, the Executive Master of Business Administration, the Master of Business Administration, the Master of Arts School Counseling, the Master of Educational Leadership, the Master of Organizational Leadership, the Master of Arts in Psychology, the Master of Public Administration, the Master of Social Work, and the Master of Marine and Environmental Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Graduates for the degrees Master of Accounting, Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts School Counseling, Master of Educational Leadership, Master of Organizational Leadership, Master of Arts in Psychology, Master of Public Administration, Master of Social Work, and Master of Marine and Environmental Sciences. please proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Eddie DeYoung Utebe, Executive Master of Business, Synthesizing Strategies for Success, a business case study of Victoria's African Store Plus. Shaniqua S. Esdale Simmons, Master of Arts Accounting. Josette K. John, Master of Arts Accounting. Taylor M. Nunley, Master of Business Administration. Brea Patterson, Master of Business Administration. Brittany C. Peterson, Master of Business Administration. Kiresh Robles, Master of Business Administration. Marquise Delano Brown, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Letitia L. Foy Breedy, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Edric L. Francis, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Emily Marie Otley, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Iofa J. Stalliard, Master of Arts, Organizational Leadership. Mikia A. Thomas, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Deja A. G. Tudman, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Raniqua L. Webster, Master of Arts, School Counseling. Ariana Siana Athanas, Master of Social Work. Shanae C. Clendenon Vickers, Master of Social Work. Jason T. Haynes, Master of Public Administration. Takera G. Riera, Master of Public Administration. Shamoy Kevin Bideau, Master of Marine and Environmental Science. Courtney Tierney, Master of Marine and Environmental Science.
Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. Madam President, the candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees from our schools and colleges of the university will be presented by the respective deans of the schools and colleges. Dr. Paul Fleming, School of Business, Dr. Karen Brown, School of Education, Dr. Lisa Lewis, School of Nursing, Dr. Kimmery Ingerman, College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and Dr. Sandra Romano, College of Science and Mathematics.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree from the School of Nursing. Candidates, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the School of Nursing, I am pleased to present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. Candidates of the School of Nursing, please be seated.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Associate of Science degrees from the College of Science and Mathematics. Candidates, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the College of Science and Mathematics, I present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Mathematics, Biology, Chemistry, Computer Science, Interdisciplinary Studies, Marine Biology, and Mathematics, and the Associate of Science degree in Physics and Computer Science. Candidates of the College of Science and Mathematics, please be seated.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Business Administration degrees. Candidates, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the School of Business, I am pleased to present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Accounting, Business Administration and Management, and the Bachelor of Business Administration degree in Accounting, Hospitality and Tourism Management, Information Systems and Technology, and Marketing and Management. Candidates of the School of Business, please be seated.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Associate of Arts degrees from the School of Education. Candidates, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the School of Education, I am pleased to present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Elementary Education and Inclusive Early Childhood Education and Associate of Arts degree in Inclusive Early Childhood Education. Candidates of the School of Education, please be seated.
Madam President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Associate of Applied Science degrees from the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Candidates, please rise. Madam President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, I present to you the candidates of the University of the Virgin Islands for the Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice and Psychology, Bachelor of Arts degree in Communication, Criminal Justice, English, Humanities, Interdisciplinary Studies, Music Education, Psychology, Social Work, and Social Sciences, and the Associate of Applied Science degree in Criminal Justice. Candidates of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, please be seated.
By virtue of the authority, let me first have all the candidates for baccalaureate and associate degrees please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Government of the Virgin Islands and the Board of Trustees of the University of the Virgin Islands, I hereby confer upon you en masse the Bachelor of Arts degree in Accounting, Business Administration, Communication, Criminal Justice, Elementary Education, English, Humanities, Inclusive Early Childhood Education, Interdisciplinary Studies, Management, Music Education, Psychology, Social Work, and Social Sciences. The Bachelor of Business Administration degree in Accounting, Hospitality and Tourism Management, Information Systems and Technology, Marketing and Management. Also, the Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Mathematics, Biology, Chemistry, Computer Science, Criminal Justice, Interdisciplinary Studies, Marine Biology, Mathematics, Nursing, and Psychology. The Associates of Arts degree in Inclusive Early Childhood Education, the Associates of Applied Science degree in Criminal Justice, and the Associates of Science degree in Physics and Computer Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated.
Graduates of the School of Nursing, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Hello. Kaylin S. Banjoko, Bachelor of Science Nursing, magna cum laude. Fallon Sherry, Bachelor of Science Nursing, minor psychology, magna cum laude. Charles Cipri, Bachelor of Science Nursing. Judith Joseph, Bachelor of Science Nursing. Mia A. Moss, Bachelor of Science Nursing. Nicola M. Newland, Bachelor of Science Nursing, minor psychology, magna cum laude. Jadeja D. Ostalaza, Bachelor of Science Nursing. Maurice Sherman Raphael Powell, Bachelor of Science Nursing, magna cum laude. Sidela M. Robin Mohammed, Bachelor of Science Nursing. Deshara J. Simon Walters, Bachelor of Science Nursing, minor psychology.
Graduates of the School of Nursing, please be seated.
Graduates of the College of Science and Mathematics, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Khalida Amira Ambrose, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Mia S. Bruno, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Mikhail Dubovoy, Bachelor of Science, Marine Biology, cum laude. Asimian M. Edmead, Bachelor of Science, Applied Mathematics, Bachelor of Science, Physics. Jaricia D. Elliott Hendrickson, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Rikaila K. Handley, Bachelor of Science, Applied Mathematics, magna cum laude. Shanice M. Jean-Pierre, Bachelor of Science, Biology, magna cum laude. Derek Kuhn Jr., Bachelor of Science, Marine Biology. Aliyah A. Laws, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Shavante B. Lewis, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Drake S. Nemeth, Bachelor of Science, Biology, Marine Biology, cum laude. Kaidran D. Utley, Bachelor of Science, Marine Biology, magna cum laude. Ryan E. Gerard, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science. Laquan Reed, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Shavona T. Summersall, Bachelor of Science, Chemistry. Amaya Nicole A. Sarret, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, cum laude. Angelina F. Thomas, Bachelor of Science, Biology, summa cum laude. Michaela Thomas, Bachelor of Science, Applied Mathematics, magna cum laude. Elisa A. Webb, Bachelor of Science, Marine Biology. Gidal J. Williams, Bachelor of Science, Applied Mathematics, cum laude. Jordan Michaela Wilson, Bachelor of Science, Marine Biology, summa cum laude.
Graduates of the College of Science and Mathematics, please be seated.
Graduates of the School of Business, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Trevonique A. Adams, Bachelor of Science at Business Administration Management. Hakeem A. Alexander, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration and Bachelor of Science Management. Marbelis Bonifacio Perez, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Jolene Buchanan, BBA, Business Administration. Zidane Byron, summa cum laude. Sorry. Jadane L. Cameron, Bachelor of Arts, Management, summa cum laude. Kiana E. Christian, Bachelor of Business Administration, Management. Sienna N. Cornelius, Bachelor of Business Administration, Hospitality and Tourism Management. Bevan S. George, Bachelor of Science at Business Administration Accounting, cum laude. Samantha N. Hendrickson, Bachelor of Business Administration, Marketing. Dimitri M. John, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, Hospitality, Tourism and Management, cum laude. Alana K. Lacey, Bachelor of Business Administration, Hospitality and Tourism Management, cum laude. Ethan Lynn, Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting. Tamika J. Nikio, Bachelor of Business Administration, Management, cum laude. Jamia R. Ortiz, Bachelor of Business Administration, Management. Adeje A. Peterson, Bachelor of Business Administration, Management, cum laude. Akela Carol Olivier Peterson, Bachelor of Business Administration, Management. Shadia N. Peterson, Bachelor of Arts, Management. Erica R. Portez Mota, Bachelor of Business Administration Management, magna cum laude. Empress Adalia Shesomo Luaza Potter, Bachelor of Business Administration Management. Dima J.J. Richardson, Bachelor of Business Administration, Information Systems Technology. Shanake S. Scott, Bachelor of Arts Management, magna cum laude. Shirley Smith, Bachelor of Arts Management. Jaisel Rian Toulon, Bachelor of Business Administration Management, cum laude. Robin J. Williams, Bachelor of Business Administration, Hospitality and Tourism Management. Mohammed A. Yanis, Bachelor of Arts, Accounting, magna cum laude.
Graduates of the School of Business, please be seated.
Graduates of the School of Education, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Toya Natalie Willock Diaz, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Kyra Alexis Odlum, Bachelor of Arts, Inclusive Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude.
Graduates of the School of Education, please be seated.
Graduates of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your diploma.
Kathem M. Bazar, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Helen Benzuene Gebrutu, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Kiana Naomi Charles, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Amara Kriki, Bachelor of Arts, Social Sciences, magna cum laude. Danesha A. Derima, Bachelor of Science, Psychology. Majestic F. Estrada Peterson, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Fine Arts and Secondary Teacher Education. Brianna Eli, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, cum laude. Juliet M. Foy, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work, cum laude. Marianne R. Felix, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, cum laude. Kayla Steffi Fontaine, Bachelor of Arts, Music Education, cum laude. Diavian D. Hanley, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Adela Romadokova, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, cum laude. Asia A. LaFleur Scott, Bachelor of Arts, Communication. Macy C. Mills, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Jada Monsanto, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Lamone Morris, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, magna cum laude. Reem H. Mohammed, Bachelor of Science, Psychology, magna cum laude. I hope so. I don't. Shamoy O. Garu, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Samantha Sandricia Ray, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work, magna cum laude. Elijah S. Salem, Bachelor of Arts, Communication. Hi. Tricia D. Seeley, Bachelor of Arts, Humanities, minor Psychology. Nathan K. Shaw Clark, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Berniqua B. Smith, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work, magna cum laude. John Henry Viray, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Anya K. Vizilio, Bachelor of Arts, English, magna cum laude. Sterlina Michelle Warner, Bachelor of Arts, Humanities. Sharian A. Williams, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Makia J. Woodley Grant, Bachelor of Science, Psychology.
Graduates of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, please be seated.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees please rise? Now, graduates, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side of your mortar boards. Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. Now, to all of our graduates, including our master's and PhD graduates, as well as our baccalaureate and associate's degree graduates, I have a special charge for you. But before I give you that charge, of course, I wrote you your own poem called Limitless, Innovative, and Tenacious, Lit. Here it goes. Limitless, nothing less, innovative and imaginative, tenacious, and even more bodacious, courageous and at times outrageous, sometimes rightly raising ruckus fuss, when you've just had enough of the mundane stuff that dim lights and turns some off. Some of you act rough and tough, but deep down you are sweet cream puffs, in pursuit of your life purpose, but now you're lit, because you didn't decide to quit or sit on the sidelines waiting for life to pass you by procrastinating. Instead, you're shaking and baking, making moves and liberating. Instead, you pushed and pressed on, endured and overcame till you won. Persevered and triumphed until all milestones met and tasks done. Until you reach the fulcrum of your destiny and vision. You're lit and limitless. You've got full chests and brains bursting, overflowing with knowledge. Now you're innovative, creating, curating, contemplating ideas to reshape our present state, to reframe the ununited hate that unfortunately now permeates, causing some to stagnate, underestimate, and situate in ways that promulgate rather than venerate, that limits progress and unity rather than respect and humanity. But alas, this tenacious class will save face, will not stop, will not relinquish their position or course of action. They will persist in existence, ultimately determined, Oxford says, a tenacious local legend. Will the limitless, innovative, tenacious class of 2025 please stand up? Now please repeat after me. I am limitless. I am innovative. I am tenacious. Together we are limitless. Together we are innovative. Together we are tenacious. We will succeed together. So my charge to you is this: remain limitless, innovative, and tenacious while maintaining a first-class attitude, a positive mindset, hearts of hope, souls filled with faith, and always active. There's a proverb or saying that says, a rolling stone gathers no moss. So please stay lit so that you can tilt this globe back on its axis. Congratulations, lit class of 2025. I now invite Vice President of Institutional Advancement, Michael Morris Burkett, to the podium so he can induct you and welcome you into UVI's Alumni Association.
Thank you, Madam President. Good afternoon. To the limitless, innovative, and tenacious class of 2025, I bring you greetings on behalf of over 9,000 living UVI alumni. Congratulations on your amazing achievement. I know you will do great things in this world. And speaking of great things, if I could ask the CVI class of 1975 to stand again, those in the gold robes. I'm going to read out the names. Raul up here on the stage, Tulip, Lyra, Diane, and Judith. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for demonstrating what a UVI degree can do. Thank you. Class of 2025, you are now recognized as an alumnus of the University of the Virgin Islands. Congratulations. Quick point of privilege here. I want to acknowledge, for those of you that don't know, many of the graduates today are wearing a cord that signifies that they made a class gift prior to this graduation to their now alma mater. Alma mater from the Latin means nurturing mother, bountiful mother. You take care of your mother and you take care of your alma mater. We need you. We need your support, and we want you to be connected with us for the rest of your lives. Your lifelong connection to this special university should continue through active participation in the UVI Alumni Association. And on behalf of all of our alumni, I welcome you to this grand momentum moment as we chart a new course together. And now you may be seated, graduates. I am now going to invite all alumni in the audience and on this stage to please stand and welcome these new alumni to the university. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, graduates.
I now have the distinct pleasure of calling Captain Nancy Ramos Rivera, Assistant Professor of Military Science, to the podium to administer the oath of office to Cadet Lamonet Morris.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the introduction. Today we celebrate the commissioning of Lamonet Morris. The commissioning ceremony is a time-honored tradition that signifies a new officer joining the profession of arms. The ceremony is the visible transformation from cadet to officer, where a commissioned officer must administer the oath of office to the new lieutenant and swear them to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. As such, each newly commissioned officer becomes an agent of the executive branch of government appointed by the President. At this time, we will proceed with the oath of office administered by First Lieutenant Michael Miller.
Raise your right hand.
I, Lamonet Morris, having been appointed as an officer in the Army of the United States in the grade of Second Lieutenant, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true to faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or a purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
And now I welcome you, the Army's newest Second Lieutenant, Lamone Morris.
Before we close out our ceremony, I'd just like to offer a couple of thank yous. And then once I'm finished, I ask that everyone please stand for the alma mater, benediction, and the recessional. So congratulations to our graduates, the class of 2025. Thank you to the families that have supported our graduates and helped them to this journey and milestone. I'd also like to thank our commencement committee members and Chair Gail Steele, Office of the President's staff, Dr. Una Dyer, Jessica Laplace. Gail Steele is also part of our office, Ms. Louise Fontaine, Janine Francis Brown, Sharon Amy, Ms. Talisa Griffith-Simmons. This facility, of course, was prepared by our physical plant staff, as well as security, volunteers and stage logistics led by Denise Humphrey. Our amazing musicians, give it up for our musicians. Led by Mr. Dion Parson. Also our athletics department, led by Dr. Karen Carthy, our athletics director. Ms. Donna Andrews, our access and enrollment services, led by Dr. Nigel Edwards and Dr. Monifa Potter and the rest of the team. Public relations, Ms. Tamika Thomas-Williams and team. IT, under the leadership of Vice President Charlene Harris. Institutional Advancement and Alumni Affairs team, under the leadership of who you just heard from, Mr. Michael Morsberger. My cabinet members, Drs. Leah Vanderpool, Dr. Kendra Harris, Dr. Rick Nader, Dr. Pam Molinar-Worsi, Dr. Una Dyer, Dr. Nigel Edwards, Charlene Harris, Mike Morsberger, the accounting department, our commencement speaker, and other distinguished platform guests, including Chair of the UVI Board of Trustees and other trustees present, and Acting Governor Roach, Senate President Milton Potter. All the vendors working to make this possible today. To everyone, thank you. And graduates, congratulations. Well deserved. Please stand.
Good. Stand and sit. Thank you. Congratulations.
Hail to thee, dear alma
Congratulations. It was a pleasure being with us. I wish I could have been here all day.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day that you have made. Lord, I thank you for a successful commencement ceremony. Thank you for bringing each and every one of us in the class of 2025 through these years of hard work and discipline. Lord, I pray that as we continue this journey of life, that you would guide our steps and paths. I pray that you would bring clarity to those who need your direction and wisdom for the next steps in this journey. As Proverbs 3:5-7 says, help us to trust in you with all our hearts and not to lean on our own understanding. May we in all our ways acknowledge you and allow you to direct our paths. Give us the grace to trust in you, to be still and to know that you are God. You are God in our lives and in all the earth. I also pray for the family, the friends, and well-wishers of this class. I pray that you would strengthen every one of us during these times and help us to put our focus and trust in you, the God of love and mercy. I ask that you surround us with your grace, protect and cover us, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.